Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we talk about the sales call in Japan. Eigyo desu. Sore dewa ikimashou. So let's get going. This is the 5th year of the Sales Japan series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and now my new book in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 313. Today, we are talking about secrets of the Japanese sales call. In modern economies, asking the buyer questions to understand their needs would be considered the most basic skills of a salesperson. This isn't happening as much as you would expect in technologically advanced, well-educated, sophisticated Japan, the world's 3rd largest economy. In Japan, busy bosses or more experienced salespeople will take the new salespeople with them on a couple of sales calls. End of the training. Going straight into the detail of the features of the solution is the mainstream technique here. Should you adopt the same sales approach when trying to sell to Japanese buyers? If this is how they roll, then isn't that the obvious way forward? Let's explore what we need to know about how to be successful in selling to Japanese buyers. What is different in the Japanese sales equation? Well, number one, of course, you can be like all the Japanese salespeople, except it isn't very effective and is even more difficult for foreign suppliers to pull off. The buyer needs benefits, not features, to be able to give you a yes decision. Logically, you would think that this would ensure Japanese salespeople first ask questions too, rather than focusing on the features of their solution. However, poorly trained salespeople in Japan have trained the buyer to expect this method. The buyer then tears it apart to make sure the risk element of the decision has been eliminated or reduced. To get the decision accepted by the relevant divisions within the company requires the outcomes to be substantially worthwhile for them to agree. Features won't be enough, so we have to know what the needs are first in order to match our solution and make it convincing to the buyer side. That means asking questions first to understand their needs. In the West, we never even think of the process of asking permission to ask questions because consultative sales is the accepted way of doing things. When dealing with Japanese clients, because of the status imbalance between seller and buyer, we have to ask for permission first. Remember, they don't know us, and they may be reluctant to start sharing all the problems, the dirty laundry, their firm has with a salesperson they met just 2 minutes ago, and especially from a foreign salesperson with whom they feel zero cultural and linguistic similarity? Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 9th of November, we'll have our High Impact Presentations program. On the 21st, we'll have our Leadership Training for Managers program. And on the 30th, we'll be doing the Dale Carnegie course. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. And they're all available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Number 2, trust takes time in Japan. A lot of time. The trust element for foreign suppliers is close to zero until there has been a track record of reliability established. How do you create a track record if you can't get to the first sale? This is where we need to provide similar cases from other buyers who resemble this buyer, and preferably those who are in Japan. By the way, any statistics you show which don't have a Japanese element will just be rejected as not relevant. These are excellent client satisfaction results in the US and Europe. Means nothing to the Japanese client because from their point of view, Japan is so different. These foreign numbers don't mean anything. The slow part is a pain for foreign suppliers because everything in the West is about speed to profit. Quarterly share performance as a basis for making investment decisions is ridiculous anywhere. And Japanese buyers feel absolutely no time pressure to do anything. We might think the concept of suffering an opportunity cost by being too slow to move is going to be convincing to get them to buy now. Don't worry. Many of us have tried it, but without great success. This idea is always trumped by a preference for risk-free or low-risk decision-making. Using sample orders or small-scale commitments are the way forward to establish that trust. Don't expect anything to happen fast and at scale. It may take a while to become accepted. If you ask for a small piece of their business to demonstrate your reliability, that is an easier concept to get pushed through the many layers of Japanese buyer decision-making hierarchy. Japanese buyers definitely prefer the devil they know, your established competitors, to the angel they don't. That would be you. Because it is less risky. You have to become familiar, but that takes time. If you don't have enough time horizon for the Japanese buyer, you are better off selling your solutions elsewhere because you are the only one in a hurry or facing time pressure for results. Let me give you an example. The Toyota Prius car was launched in 1997, did not make a profit until 2001, losses for 5 years in a row. However, by 2009, it became the top-selling car in Japan. How many foreign boards and shareholders will be able to match the patience and acceptance of years of losses? How long will your bosses support you to crack the Japanese market or to make a sale to Japanese buyers located outside Japan? As an aside, Toyota is busy researching hydrogen as a vehicle fuel source, while everyone else is concentrating on advances in battery power. My prediction is Toyota will dominate the global hydrogen-fueled vehicle market for heavy load transport. Let's see if I'm right. Adjusting our expectations and timeframes are a starting point for winning business in Japan. When we get a new sale, I will ask my salespeople, when did we start talking to this client? And the answer will often be 3 or 4 years ago. That is not uncommon. What this means, though, is you need a full sales buyer funnel to survive those years of slow decision-making. Trying to speed things up by pushing your sales through the layers of internal decision-making won't work because you'll never meet the people involved. When they say, we will think about it, they're being honest because of the collaborative decision-making process. Be patient, start small, be consistent, and to win, just keep going. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today, use it, and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.